Alright folks, welcome back to the channel with some more Gran Turismo 7. In today's video we are doing the second round of the Manufacturers Cup Exhibition 2. Now, I do know that at the time of this recording, the 2025 online qualifiers schedule has been released. So I'll be sure to be doing all 5 rounds even though I don't have a wheel and I'm not fast enough at the moment. I still want to do them for the experience and obviously for the DR. You know, those two things are always a good reason to do these events, you know, because one day I do want to be a competitive racer, you know, whether that be in the simulation world or even like real life, if I even like get to that point, which I am hoping I will someday. Even though I am 28 years old and I just started doing competitive racing online like a few years ago, like I think in like 2023, the end of 2023, so it's been like a good couple of years. But the event that we're doing today is the second round. It is on the Tokyo Expressway, south counterclockwise, I believe. At first I wasn't too thrilled about this race. You know, first of all, I've almost never driven on this track before in my life, so this was, you know, a completely new experience for me. And secondly, the custom slipstream. Obviously with no dirty air, the racing would be super close, and obviously that is just a recipe for disaster, you know, because some people might, you know, go for overtakes when they realistically can't. Some people might forget the braking point. I mean, it was just so many things were going through my head. Yeah, but as I was getting some practice in, I started getting the flow of the track. I will say, Gran Turismo in the future, I would like to see more street circuits, as street circuits are being built all over the world now. I feel like they're more popular. I mean, I don't know if the word popular would be the right word to use, but I can see them being more and more built as official racetracks keep getting like shut down or sold, or, you know, just not in use anymore. So I would like to see, you know, more street circuits. I'm not opposed to new racetracks. Don't get me wrong, I'm not opposed to new racetracks, but more street circuits, you know, would definitely be good. I would like to see them, you know, just for them to implement it. You know, whether they be good or not on their own, you know, I don't know. I would like to see. But this track, I think I said it in like, well, when I'm hanging out like in a couple of streams, I remember this track reminds me of Jedda because it's so narrow. So, you know, the walls are just so, you know, close together. So, you know, and I was watching the Jedda race last night, and yeah, this track really reminds me of it. I forgot what the multiplier was for this race. I forgot. I totally forgot. But yeah, I thoroughly had a fun time with this, you know. And what was really a help with this race was the fact that it was light damage. The fact that it was light damage put so much at rest. Like, cause at in Exhibition 1 at Daytona, I had damage both front and rear, and that killed my race. Absolutely. Especially for how strong the slipstream was on that track. Yeah, that absolutely killed my race. So I'm glad that light damage is back. As far as these manufacturers, these GT World Series is concerned, I had not having Group 4 really, you know, I feel like it's not utilized enough. It's not you know, it's being left out, and that's kind of a shame because it's one of the I think it's the second most popular class. So the fact that it's not being used properly, it's kind of a shame. But without further ado, I'm going to go into the intro, which means like the the qualifying, and just like the whole grid start thing. So I'll see you then. And here we are, just about getting ready to enter the official lobby. So one thing I do like about this track is that the outlap is so short. Like, what is it, 40 seconds? It's really good if you have someone who's like just going on a flying lap, and like you want some clean air. You could just instantly like reset, and you could be on your lap already. So yeah, a lot of people are saying that this might be a super fest or I guess an FR fest in general. I think I only had one Supra this whole race. So another thing that gets me, has me like questioning things is like the point system. Like, I know I've been told that points are based off like your DR lobby, but I find it kind of frustrating. Like let's say like you win your first race, you win the first round, and then in the second round there's significantly less points. That's always frustrated me. Like, some people, my friends have explained it to me about why that is, and that the more into like the session, like the more into the session you go, the more points you score. Like, let's say you do slot 1, you score 170 points, and then you do slot 2. In theory, you're supposed to have a lobby that's worth 180 points, 190 points. But sometimes that's not always the case, and that's kind of annoying. That's really kind of annoying. So, because at that point you're just like risking getting less points. So it is what it is. I do. My friend who created this livery did an outstanding job. Like, I like it a lot. I really do. I like the checkered flag on like that side window piece. Now, to me personally, I think the GT3R looks better than the 911 RSR. In terms of like looks, I think the GT3R looks better than the 911 RSR, but I think the 911 RSR sounds better. If you take a look at some of those compilations, I found one on Instagram showing like the 992 GT3 Cup, the 992 GT3R, and the 911 RSR. The RSR sounds so menacing. Now, I mean, obviously that could be down to the regulations and stuff like that, but the RSR just sounds so menacing. If the GT3R sounded like that, oh my god, dude, like, that would be amazing. But it is what it is. It is what it is. I still think the GT3 Cup car and the GT3R sound amazing. They just don't compare to the RSR. They don't. In terms of looks, yes, especially the 2017 2018 RSR, like that single front vent, like that is just it's so ugly. Like, And Porsche almost never makes ugly cars, but that right there, just nah, that's not it. That is not it. I do like the 2019 revised RSR. I like that. I like that because they did something with the front end, instead of just having like a damn square right next to it. Like it looks so much better. I wish Gran Turismo had that RSR. If you had that RSR, oh my god, I'd be happy. I'd be happy. Because it just doesn't. It does because the 2017 front end just does not look pleasing at all. Not at all. So one thing about this track that I found very like nerve-wracking is that you have to push track limits to the extreme going down these straights. Like going up next to the wall, like it's just so nerve-wracking. Because some of these lines you have to take, you literally have to grind up on the wall just to like go through the corner. And like if you even tap the wall, you instantly lose all that momentum and speed. So it was nerve-wracking. It was kind of interesting, if you want to say it like that. Yeah, still on controller. Still trying to see. Oh, and there's a track limits, and you see right here, right here. That was a track limits. I'm on my qualifying right now. I don't know why it goes to third person. Maybe I exited a session in third person. That's why it does that. I was recommended positive 5 brake balance. Like ever since the setups have been changed, I think it was like last year. Yeah, I've been running positive. I was running positive brake balance on the mid-engine car, which is almost never the case. Wow, I always used to run the Porsche at -1, -2, but now going into the positive. So, that's interesting. It doesn't save the front tires. It does not save the front tires, but it helps with rotation because the Porsche likes to oversteer on braking and understeer on throttle. So having the brake balance to the rear helps it rotate, even if it's just a little bit. But it does not save the front tires, I don't think. Because I noticed in the past, now maybe they've changed something since then, but I've noticed in the past, when I was running -2, the rear tires were the ones to like go first in terms of like tire wear and stuff. But now it is the fronts. The fronts have so much tire wear. And I think like one of my friends said, it is due to the setups, like the suspension and the suspension setups. That's what I'm trying to get at. It has something to do with the suspension setups. So, as you can see, like when I had to reset, my outlap was only 40 seconds. I think so. I can't really like see because like the screen is so bunched up. But yeah, it was something short. Yeah, I did not, and I don't think I did very well this qualifying session. Yeah, I did not do my absolute best in this qualifying session, but it's not about where you start, it's about where you finish. That is the most important thing. I'm gonna let you listen to the music.